All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another fine 2KLab stream. I'm Harris Rubenstein, as always. Below me is the very YouTube famous Spillboy, #1 again in lovable YouTube comments. Spill hanging out with us. To my bottom right, it is none other than Wolf, who a new background today. Wolf, are you at home? Are you in a different location?
Yeah, I'm at my other house in New Jersey, so a little different.
A little Jersey action. Welcome, welcome to the worst state in the country. No, I'm kidding. and to my right, named not once but twice as one of the top 75 YouTubers in the history of NBA 2K. Sam Fan with me. Same camera issues as last time, but it's okay because it kind of adds to the mystery of Sam Fan. How you doing, Sam?
Good. I think it's because I'm West Coast, so I'm freezing. You guys are all not on the West Coast.
Nah, it's okay.
I blame it on that. I blame it on that.
Hey, you know what? You get nice weather, or you get nice weather. We get the better internet, so it's kind of a fair exchange, if you ask me. Today, gentlemen, we're gonna do the same thing we did last week. We're gonna go through the top YouTube questions, the top chat questions from the week. We're gonna have thumbnails this week, so you guys actually know what videos these questions come from. Remember to go check them out on the 2K Labs YouTube channel. A lot of great content being pumped out over the past couple of weeks. So definitely check it out. Spill, Sam, Wolf, myself been hard at work producing some great content for you. Some great stuff coming up this weekend as well. So let's start with question number 1 here, gentlemen. By the way, if you're wondering what lovable music is playing in your ear, comes from our very own Spillboy down low. Claps to our wonderful beat producer for
yes, sir. Of course.
Royalty-free music, so we don't get DMCA'd, which honestly, gotta love not getting sued.
It gets the job done. It gets the job done.
Gotta love not getting sued. All right, let's start with question number 1 here. This comes from David Donatelli, coming from our Set Shooter YouTube video, asking, guys, quick question. Does anyone else keep bricking whites? I'm on a play shot with 92 threes, and if I don't green, it's always a miss, and I have Sniper Hall of Fame plus no meters or boosts. This might be one of the craziest questions we've ever gotten because I feel like whites have been going in like crazy, but Spill, what do you got?
So yeah, pretty much we're going to have to time that jump shot better, my guy. I think it might just come down to user error, or, you know what I'm saying? There could be different factors to it, like in terms of latency or something like that. One thing I always try to do is have my controller plugged in to the console, which, it might be the slightest difference, but it could help without you noticing it, to be honest. But honestly, things like playing on a monitor too with lower latency instead of playing on a TV. Sometimes there's going to be TVs that have 10, 20 or even more 10, 20 milliseconds or something, or even more. That's going to affect your shot. When everything comes down to the millisecond on a jump shot, there's a lot of factors that do come down to it. So it is tough having Hall of Fame sniper, no meter, and the boost. But that's definitely something you might need a lab and try to work out. Because I know, we also know that the timing's definitely, the delay is a little different, right? From say if you're playing old gym or if you're going into the neighborhood or the city, timing's going to be a little different. There's different latencies on each of the modes, especially if you're playing My Career. You know that My Career is almost instant, right? So you're not playing online, so that connection is, as soon as you release the button, that's when it is. So it is pretty tough. So that's kind of some of the advice I have.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, go for it, Sam. Go for it.
This also possibly sounds like, for our guy David here, it sounds like a possible jumper base issue. Maybe he has just had a very bad jumper base for what he likes to do. So I would suggest changing different jumper bases to maybe avoid whatever you're seeing here. Because with those numbers, we have done the testing on 90 plus rated 3-pointer Hall of Fame sniper. If you're wide open, it looks like anything close to a slightly early would be above 80% make percentage by what he's saying, at least above 80%, if not more. So this could be a jumper base issue that just doesn't suit the way he likes to shoot. So I would suggest changing his jumper base and then going from there. Definitely, Spill said, lab the base more and just get rid of whatever you're shooting if currently, because it's not the stats and the badges that's hurting you. It's got to be the jumper if it's like that.
Yeah, of course. And obviously Sam makes a great point. And for a while I was using jump shot 98. It's by far I mean, you know, it's really not the base base by any means, but it's a little bit slower than it has been in the past years, so it's not really for everybody. But I think, you know, if you're having trouble, you could probably start out on base 98 and then, you know, see if that works for you.
And I'll say this much. Obviously, you guys have way more expertise with like the millisecond stuff. But as somebody who used to play 2K on a massive 50-inch TV and now plays 2K on a 27-inch monitor, it makes a big difference. Like just being able to like visualize it and kind of get the feel for it. I think obviously financial constraints taking into account, because not everybody can just afford a brand new monitor, but if you can and you're trying to take 2K seriously, I would go to the monitor route over the bigger TV. That's also a great piece of advice for anybody who plays first person shooters as well. Trust me, you go from TV to monitor and you're gonna start feeling like Scump out there. That's for sure. Maybe not like Wolf and Spill a little bit different at Apex, but you know, you'll definitely see a little bit of improvement.
You got to think too, in the league especially, they're all using, you know, high tech like Alienware monitors that have super high refresh rates and all that type of stuff. So it definitely is something to get a little bit of an edge on as well. So
one question here before we get to our next one. Wolf, I have to ask, because I saw your big chunk walking around behind you. What is your dog's name? Because I love a good bulldog, and that guy looked adorable. What's his name?
Yeah, it's my boy Sarge. I think he's 5 now. Yeah, he's 5. Yeah, nice little good old English bulldog. Sleep. That's potty. So you know, but he's good. He's good. He's a good boy.
Hey, those are the best kind of dogs, right? The ones that are just fun to lazy around.
Very
with.
chill. Yeah.
All right, let's get to our next question here. Coming in from Bongiorno, great name. Doesn't have a thumbnail for this one. This is actually coming from one of our shorts. If you are a longtime 2KLab viewer, you may notice that you've seen a new content style in our kind of uploaded content field. Sam has been doing a good job of uploading a couple YouTube shorts, something that we're going to be doing a lot of coming soon. So if you're scrolling through that YouTube shorts section, you see us pop up, drop a like, drop a comment, say hello, tell them the stream sent you. A lot of shorts coming out over here in the next couple of weeks. But Bongiorno asks, is it better to put tight handles on or hyperdrive if I play with a slashing playmaker that can both shoot and dunk? Tight handles or hyperdrive? Spill, what do you got?
Let me pass this one off to Sam, because he's the one who did those tests, and let me see if I can add on it once he's done.
So with tight handles or hyperdrive, it depends on playstyle, because both of them are pretty great playmaking badges, but they are triggered in completely different scenarios. So I guess for Mr. Giorno here? Or Born, I'm just gonna call him Born. For Born here, I would suggest if you like using the curry behind the back or the turbo diagonal behind the back animation for your dribble moves, then definitely get tight handles, because that's where triggers tight handles stunning the most. However, though, if you don't like doing size-up moves, especially with turbo, and you just like to do a hezzy and blow by your guy, then hyperdrive will trigger way more for that style. Between the two, I would say definitely still use tight handles if you can see what the other player's badges are and he doesn't have ankle braces on. Because we've done a test on this. If you don't have ankle braces on and someone does tight handle moves on you, you're looking to get stunned like once every like probably a 15% stun rate. But you can spam dribble moves, right? So 15% is really high. So if the guy don't have tight handles, ankle braces, go tight handles. If you like to do size ups with turbos, tight handles. But if you just want a straight blow by, hyperdrive.
Yeah, and so I'm going to add on to that a little bit by saying I'm looking at the results that we had for hyperdrive. And, you know, it seems there's a very minimal boost for bronze to silver. And then kind of where you're going to see the, you know, the noticeable increases are going to be on gold and Hall of Fame. Whereas a 10 to 14% speed increase as opposed to bronze and silver being a 6 and a 7. And then if you look at tight handles, just putting the badge on bronze is literally gives you 11% chance to stun. So like, I think tight handles is more important if you can only get it on lower levels, to be honest, like, because that bronze is already really good. But I mean, obviously if you're a point guard or you're a guard in general and you're dribbling, of course you're going to want the highest you can get out of that tight handle. So, but for me, I've been playing a lot of 6-7, as you guys may have saw the video or something, but that's my main build. And so me having that build, that badge just on bronze, I kind of like it. I like to keep it there at all times.
We have a question in the chat from Sammy Lapp asking, will you guys answer questions without donations? We will in the chat. The reason that we do answer them is because we feel obligated to answer your question if you toss a donation behind it. Obviously, we want to get to as many questions as we can, but you can only shove so much into an hour. So if you pay for us to answer a question, we're going to answer that question just because, you know, we appreciate the donation.
I've been in the chat too, answering some questions. Sam's in the chat answering some questions. So it's really just anything. By
the way, shout out to the big audience we got already. 300 live. We've only been live for about 10-15 minutes or so, which I love. Definitely drop a like on the stream. We got 49 right now. Let's try to get that number up to 100. We say this every week. The more likes that we get on these streams, the more streams that we are going to do. So definitely keep dropping the likes on the streams. We've been loving to do them, and we hope to keep on doing them. So yeah, definitely drop a like. But let's get to our next question here. This one coming in from our on-ball defense video. Let me get our little thumbnail up here too. Excuse me. This one's gonna be a little big, so let me try to minimize it down so we can actually get a good look at it. There we go. Wonderful. This one coming in from our clamps video. This one actually just came out either today or yesterday. I believe it was today. I believe this one came out. Let me check. Yesterday. This one came out yesterday. So check this one out. This one's great. Another on-ball defense build. Wolf did a great job with this one. Like he did with the left-right cheese video, which sent the internet ablaze. This one's coming up from JF. Shout out to you and your almost 6,000 subscribers on YouTube. Congrats to you, man. That's awesome. Keep going. So we know Clamps Hall of Fame is needed against the pick and roll and dribble head left-right spammers. What is the best height, though, for a lock that is using Clamps Hall of Fame? So I know that we have a build video coming out for locks soon with Wolf. But, Wolf, what do you got on this one?
Yeah, so Clamps, Hall of Fame is definitely needed as your primary defender build. But I think the best height is you want to look at, you don't want to be too tall, right? I say tallest you probably want to be is 6'6". Just because you don't want that mismatch expert to kick in. So, you probably want to be, I think the best threshold would probably be between 6'5" and 6'3". Just so that mismatch expert doesn't really kick in that much, and you still have speed, and you're allowed to cut off the dribbler. So, I think 6'5" to 6'3", or 6'3" to 6'5".
6'3" to 6'5". Yeah, don't be like me and make a 6'7" lock build that you just have absolutely no idea what to do with. That was not my best build. I needed to put that one in the trash.
Yeah, because when you get taller, you get slower, and then you get the mismatch expert kicking in, and all these guards are now like 6 feet, 5'8", 5'11". So, 6'3" to 6'5" is the best.
It's definitely tough, and I play a lot of defense, of course, on my 7'4" wingspan, 6'7" guy, but it is very tough to keep up with those slower guards sometimes. I do have the wingspan occasionally to make up for it, but even so, like Wolf said, that mismatch expert hits, and especially if they got in a Hall of Fame, with especially a 7-inch height difference, these guards are going to be 6 foot and under. 5'10" for Hall of Fame unpluckable. So, that mismatch expert is kicking in at a higher level against those higher, taller locks. So, yeah.
Definitely want clamps as high as you can get it, by the way. That's one thing I'll definitely say about this game this year. You gotta have clamps. Let's go to our next one. Same video. What shooting badges should I use for a slashing playmaker with a 65-3 and 10 badges? So we're not gonna go through all 10 badges that they should have and just throw them on bronze. But let's say you got a slashing playmaker, you got 65-3. What are the top 3 badges that you're gonna put investment into at the jump? Make it easier.
So I guess I have to see what levels you can get at 65. So I'm gonna pull up this page real quick. Hold on. But I mean, of course, if you have a 65-3, I'd imagine you're not probably shooting from the wing much or the top. So I mean, if you're in the corner, you of course want corner specialist. Anything that will help your corner shot. Catch and shoot, corner specialist, maybe dead eye. You should really be only shooting wide open if that's your rating, of course. But there's a couple badges that you want that in the corner that can pop like 5 at a time. So let me take a look. One sec.
King ISO Green asking, what's a good jump shot base for an 84 or higher 3-ball? DM us on Twitter. That $2 could probably be better served towards a jump shot info we usually keep towards website subscribers. We appreciate your $2. Definitely DM us on Twitter and we can get you that answer.
Okay, so yeah, the few badges, right? Like you're gonna use Hot Zone Hunter, of course. That's just gonna boost any shot. You're gonna use Corner Specialist, of course. Like I said, maybe use Deadeye. Of course, you're gonna have Sniper. You get that on Silver at 64, 3-point. So of course you're gonna rock that. And you can kind of play with your badges. For me personally, a lot of people at NBA 2KLab, we are very high on lucky number 7 on at least bronze. So if you can afford that badge and you shoot within the first 7 seconds, that 65 3-ball will probably look more like, excuse me, it'll look more like an 83 ball when you're shooting it, and it'll feel a lot better. So, I mean, there's some certain badges like those that I think can really help you. And also, don't forget, I think if you're playing Park 2, this is my personal opinion, but I do really like Clutch Shooter, especially in close games. That'll give you a nice, decent little boost, especially at the end of those Park games. So it does proc a good amount in the Park. Personally, in my opinion, I think it does.
By the way, guys, we are 6 likes away from 100 likes on the stream. Once we get to 100 likes, we will start answering chat questions a little bit faster. So the more likes, the more questions we'll answer. But for now, we're going to stick with our YouTube questions here. Let's jump over to another video. Let's go over to our playmaking stuff over here. Let me change the good old-fashioned thumbnail for the people at home. And whammo, get a little James Harden on there for the people. This is from our Handles for Days and Quick First Step video. T Davis 998 asks, is there a way to not get stunned as a defender so often? Apparently somebody named Jimmy in your guys' video with 90 perimeter getting stunned like that is scary. So, Wolf, is there anything they can do? Any badges, any game style changes that they can make so they don't get stunned so often?
A few things you could do is, one, ankle braces, put it on as high as possible if you're really concerned about getting stunned. We have the numbers on our ankle braces video, and it does seem to work against ankle breakers and tight handles. It also does work against space creator, but I have not tested the exact numbers, but I do know it does affect space creator in terms of getting your ankles broken. So definitely throw that on. Another thing too is like a gameplay tip is, got my little controller here. Don't hold L2 too much. If you go into the aggressive defensive stance, you have a higher chance of being ankle broken. So a couple things you can do is you just tap it, or don't press it at all if you really going against the dribble head. Another thing too is you can also tap B to charge. If you tap charge, just be careful, don't do it in front of the person's face because you can fall. But if you tap charge, it also acts as like kind of takes away the L2 aggressive defensive stance, causing your ankles not to be broken.
Great tip. Love that. That's awesome. See, this is the thing. If you guys listen enough, Wolf is just going to tell you how to play defense in this game. But I promise you, the more attention you pay to Wolf's videos, the more defense you're going to get. Let's jump over to our next question here. Then we'll get to a couple chat questions. First things first, we'll have a funny comment about this later. Spill, I love that on this video, you went with the Joe No strategy, the power of 99 defense. You're getting some hell in the YouTube chat for that one.
Yeah, these titles are a group effort, so, we all try to think of what's going to generate us the best views, of course. And as a lot of people know, that title was very popular, so shout out to Joe Knows, man, for, the wonderful title. I do appreciate it.
You know what? The Joe Knows has been making a living off of 2K YouTube for a long time. So not the worst person to emulate. Got a question here from Josh. I'm not even gonna try to Sedge. I don't know. What y'all think about speed with ball on a popper on next gen? I don't think you need it because you're mainly shooting. Got a little big man, a little popper love in the chat. Who wants to answer this one? Sam, you want to give a speed with ball on popper a go?
A popper? I don't think that's too big of a deal. If anything, you probably want space created. If I'm a popper, I would probably just want to step back and shoot instead of trying to speed with ball going left, right, and shoot. Just on a popper, it doesn't make too much sense. I would say for a popper, best move, space creator from the baseline, go to the corner, and then shoot it. Like space creator, corner specialist, step back, shooter free.
Could you imagine, Sam, you're just chilling out in park, playing with your buddies, all of a sudden you see a 7-2 guy come onto the park, and he's just left-righting as a 7-2 popper.
Right now.
I would love that. I
One
kind of
space grading.
actually do it. I challenge somebody in the 2K Labs community. I challenge you to make a popper build. I'm a little bit loud. To make a popper build and then to have that person just run back off of the court with speed with ball. I want to see if you're able to do it. I feel like that'd be a lot of fun. Anything else, guys, on any general popper tips this year? It's a weird year for poppers.
Honestly, I think you might want a little speed with ball. It depends on your role and what you're trying to do. But if you have dunk on your guy, you might want a little bit of speed with ball just to get like a driving dunk, or just to get the defense a little off kilter, so you have that threat at least. Because if you are a popper, they're gonna play that. But if they know you have that threat of the dunk, obviously, you know what I'm saying. Speed with ball helps a little bit in that case. I'm not saying go OD with it, go crazy with it, but I say figure out something that works for you. But I do think having a little bit is kind of beneficial.
Yeah, poppers this year. It's a weird time for poppers because the jump shot for bigs is so slow this year, and like at least for me, I selfishly haven't found a great jump shot for a big yet. It's weird out here for the poppers, man. I feel for the 7-1 and 7-2 guys in rec that are trying to shoot out the corner. It's tough this year, but we'll survive together. We'll make it through. Let's go to our next question here. Then we'll, like I said, we'll get into some chat questions. This one coming in from another one of our fun videos. Is this from the same video? It is not. It's coming from our posterizer video. Look at this one. A little Donovan Mitchell on the front. I like that one. That's a great looking thumbnail. Reggie Lane is asking, as a big man, which badge is more effective? Hall of Fame posterizer or Hall of Fame rise up?
I'll take a stab at this one. So I'll say it depends on what kind of big man you have. If you have a small ball big man, I'll say like 6'8" to 6'10". You get those aggressive contact dunks. I'll say posterizer for sure. But if you have a taller one, I'll say 7 foot and up. Probably you want to put up rise up more than posterizer, because I feel like if you have a taller build, you probably won't be getting those driving dunks. You'll be getting those standing dunks more often than not. So that rise up will kick in much more than if you were a small ball center driving and getting those driving dunks. So
I like it. Good answer there. Any questions from our from Sam or Spill here?
No, that's good with me. Like I don't play too much big, so like I'll take Wolf's judgment on that one for sure.
Take Wolf's judgment on that one. All right, let's go to our first chat question. This was a super chat from ZaviXO. Get out of here, iTunes. I don't need your little dinky pop-ups coming up in my OBS. They are asking, 83-point. Is it worth putting Hall of Fame spot up and chef? Adds a little heart, y'all. Appreciate you, Zavi, for the question and the small donation. Gentlemen, 83-point. Worth having Hall of Fame spot up and chef? So
I'm not sure on this question. Because Hall of Fame spot up is like 93 3-point you need. So I'm not sure. I don't know if this is like maybe like a my team question and he's badging out a player with 83-point and I don't know. But let me see. What is chef too? Because I know these badges take a higher 3-point to get.
Hall of Fame for a spot up, you need like.
It's 93 96. And then chef is 96.
96.
So you're really in trouble then.
So Zavi, if you can clarify your question a little bit better.
You got a glitch. You know something.
Yeah, he knows right. Something we don't. Yeah.
I'm thinking, is that like a my team thing? Like,
he's talking about current gen. Oh, Zobog is saying he's talking about current gen. We're gonna have a really fun current gen question later. But yeah, any current gen takes, gentlemen? I know that we've been primarily on next gen this year.
I'll pass that to you guys. Honestly, I haven't even touched current gen, so.
Hey, if the answer's no,
even for that, I can get it on it, because at least for that, use those two badges, he still has to shoot it from 30 foot plus. So like if your play style don't allow you to shoot either catch and shoot from 30 foot plus or like dribble off 30 foot plus, then I wouldn't do it. At that 83-pointer, you might be pushing it.
Yeah, that is a little bit tough.
Go some 30 foot plus.
83-point at distance is definitely you'd be a demon if you're hitting those shots for sure.
Let's go back to our YouTube questions here, and then we got our guy Uncle Demi. We'll get to your question here in a second. Another posterizer question. Mr. Solid 6 says, does strength matter this year for contact dunks or dunks in general? We've actually got a lot of questions about strength over the past couple of weeks. Not surprised we're seeing another one here. So what do you got on this one, guys?
Let's start with this one. So for this year, at least for next gen, if you want contact dunks, best way and the most consistent way to trigger them is with the dunk meter. Like if you get good at the dunk meter, you will get contact dunks and you will get your posterizer dunks. Everything about this game favors that when it comes to dunking. So if you want it, get good at the dunk meter and hopefully the latency is not killing you. If you get that down, contact dunks all day.
Yeah, I'm not
For sure.
Yeah, go for it.
I was just gonna say pretty much the same thing. Like, yeah, if you I feel like if you learn the situations and where you can pull the dunk meter off, like you can actually get some really good posters. So, definitely that's a huge tip. And obviously you need the vertical to get the dunk packages. And once you do that, I think, you know, you'd be pretty much set. But yeah, definitely get good with that dunk meter for sure, because that can pull off some crazy. You know, sometimes even when people are hip riding you, like you can pull that off. It's kind of wild, but definitely lab it up and then try and get used to it because it's definitely effective.
All right, let's go to our 9th question from the YouTube side of things. This one coming from a different video, so let's change our good old-fashioned thumbnail here. So this one's gonna be big. Whoa, this one coming from our Mouse in the House badge test video. One of my favorites because I've had a lot of questions about Mouse in the House, especially with my Bigman. Devo asked, if I have a 70 driving dunk and only one finishing badge, what should I put it on? Ooh, big time. 70 driving dunk, one finishing badge. What is worth putting it on?
I'll start with this one, and I know me and Sam were actually talking about this a little earlier. Personally, the first one that came to my mind is Limitless Takeoff. But I know once you hit 70, you get Posterizer on Bronze, so like, for me, I don't know if Posterizer on Bronze is really going to be worth it if you're going to be catching those contacts on, you know, Bronze like that. Well, first of all, you don't get contacts at a 70 overall. That's 84 for pro contacts. But, you know, you will still get Posterizer and you will still poster people. But Bronze, just, I don't know. Maybe it's not. To me personally, I think Limitless Takeoff will help you achieve a more successful dunk, to be honest.
Spill is right on that end because at 70 driving dunk with Bronze Posterizer, you are not going to poster anyone with a button. You want to trigger Posterizer with 70 driving dunk, you have to use the dunk meter. At that point, it's too low on that end to make it consistent. So if you can get Limitless out of it, at least you get some takeoff animations that's going to help you out. That would be much more consistent. So I agree with Spill. You probably want to put on a takeoff on that.
Limitless Takeoff it is. Couple great questions. Well, if you want anything on to that just to get the trio in?
No, they covered it all. Definitely Limitless Takeoff, and make sure you have some good dunk animations to take advantage of that Limitless Takeoff. So, you know, anything like a double clutch is a good dunk that people use. But yeah, sorry, yes, go.
Yeah, no, my bad. But yeah, I was just thinking a badge I really do like. I don't know what the height of your player is, and a badge to maybe consider is Giant Slayer also. You unlock that at 70 driving layup I'm seeing. So that could be another one I think could be really good. I remember in 21, the badge was really good, but everybody's running 6'7" demigods. So, you know, we didn't have short point guards like we did this year. So it's a little different. We haven't tested Giant Slayer yet either, but if it's anything like last year, it was a pretty decent boost. So something to consider. I still think the other two badges would be, you know, better.
One other thing about dunking that I've noticed as the noob of the team, getting your dunk blocked this year is incredibly easy, especially when you have like those big tomahawk dunks where you stretch it back. Like those are so easy to pluck out of the air and also to block out of people's hands this year. So definitely be careful on what dunk package you're choosing for your guy. Look for the guys that just kind of have like the easy two-hand slams that just go up with it. I know everybody wants the big flashy dunks, but at least in my experience this year, those have just been getting blocked out of nowhere. So dunk package, very important this year.
Yeah, and Harris, you make a great point with the dunk package, and one of the things we're seeing this year, and I'm sure a lot of people are hip to this, but quick drops off 1 and off 2 are both really glitchy dunks, and I think pairing that with Limitless Takeoff is actually like a really good combo, to be honest. So you get those actually at 65 and 70 driving dunks, so definitely try and equip those quick drops off 1 and quick drops off 2.
Shout out to Nabooy for the $5 donation. I appreciate what you're doing for us with the live streams and answering our question. This means a lot to us, so thank you once again. We appreciate you, Nabooy, and as always, we appreciate the whole 2K Labs community. I talk every week about how great you guys are, and I mean that. We got 400 live in here. Got another about 20 minutes left in the show as well, so we're really going to start ramping up these chat questions. So if you have a question, please start pumping it in. Also, like the video. We got about 150 likes on the stream. If we get that up to 200, every 50 likes that we get from now on, we're going to add another question. So we're at 150 right now, so we'll do 3 chat questions that aren't paid for. So the more likes we get, the more questions we'll answer. I think that's a fair exchange. You do something free, we give you something free back. Look at this. We're doing a little American business. Let's go to our last non-chat question. This one actually coming in from Twitter by the suggestion of our wonderful friend SamFam. Coming in from Dave Fryman, who you guys might have seen on the 2KLabs channel. He is asking, how much is the difference between Gold, Quick Chain, and Hall of Fame? Guys, Quick Chain, what are we thinking?
So,
Answer that one.
all right, go for it. Yeah, go for it, Sam.
So basically, with Quick Chain is you have to do at least 3 dribble moves to get that triggered. You get the boost usually out of the 3rd one. The boost between Hall of Fame and Gold, like me and Spill looked at it, we did the test and then we reviewed it. It's only about like a 2% speed increase, so it's not huge. Now, granted, if you in Quick Chain, it's like a tight one-on-one situation. You're trying to separate from a defender, so 2% isn't small, but mixing out on some other thing, like maybe like quick first step, and then so Quick Chain shouldn't be a priority. But I'll let Spill also put in what he wants to say.
Yeah, so basically, he said it right, and like there's only a 2% difference from when Sam tested it from Gold to Hall of Fame. So if that's worth the 2 extra badge points to you, you know, and you just want to dribble as fast as you possibly can, then I guess you could go Hall of Fame. But if you're trying to save those 2 extra badge points into something you need elsewhere, because there's a lot of really good playmaking badges this year, and a lot of badges that can help you and your team a lot. So I think saving those 2 extra badge points could be super beneficial, but we always tell people it's always subjective. It's always up to your play style and stuff. And we think the gold level is the most optimal for, you know, it gives it right here. I'm looking at 15% speed increase, and just having Quick Chain on bronze will give you a 12% speed increase. So it goes from 0 to 12 just on bronze level. And then basically what we think is gold is the optimal point. So this is a badge where if you're not putting it on like gold, you could use it on bronze, but anywhere in between, I guess, would just be your preference.
Gold Quick Chain, Hall of Fame Quick Chain. Use it as high as you can. That's for sure. Anything else on Quick Chain, gentlemen, or are we good to move on?
No, that's good. I think that's fine for Quick Chain.
All right, let's get some chat questions in here. I'm going to start picking them off as we go. If you guys see our faces randomly pause, it's because I'm trying to take a screenshot. It's tough out here in the simultaneous producing / screenshot world. Let's see. I'm going to grab a random one, casting my line out like a good fisherman. Let's see here. That's a fun one. A question from Stone Simp. I mostly like your name, which is why I'm gonna attack your question here. Let me pop it up on the screen for the boys. Chat question coming in. I accidentally titled this Chat Question 32. I'm not really sure why. Chat question number 2. Is Slithery Finisher and Posterizer a good badge combination? I like that one.
That's a good question, and I remember last year a lot of people, that was like the combo to have. This year I'm not too sure. I still rock Slithery at pretty high, like on that Rebirth build guide video. That build has 99 dunk, of course. So, but I don't have too many finishing badges, so on that one, you know, sometimes I'm rocking Hall of Fame Poster, Hall of Fame Limitless, and then I'll go like Gold Slithery and like a Bronze Unstrippable or something. So I do try to use the badge. We haven't tested it, but I still think it's a solid badge to have. Definitely a good combo badge. Definitely. It does pop up.
I remember last year that stuff was nasty. We had that in the league. That badge combination was big for a lot of our builds this year.
For sure.
So yeah, definitely use it. All right, we got another chat question coming in. This one from our guy J Mac. I've seen him in the chat a couple times. J Mac asks, let me lower the size here. Why doesn't Deadeye pop up consistently? I feel like it pops up randomly and not based off of contests. So we've done a lot of shooting badge videos this year. So gentlemen, what's up with Deadeye this year? What do you have to do to really activate it?
Sam, you want to take this one?
I'm typing to one of the people who left me a DM. Maybe you take this one for 1 second. Let me finish this. Let me finish this message.
We're getting so many questions during the stream. We're so
Yeah,
overwhelmed. Go for it, Skip.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not too sure on Deadeye, to be honest with you. I do like it a little better than Blinders. Unless you got Blinders on Hall of Fame, I think Deadeye would probably be a little more useful to people. And this is a badge I only get on Silver on my main build. And if I am playing the corner, I do use it, but I don't really shoot too many contestants. I don't really know. I don't really like the badge too much. Sometimes I'll take it off and put on some other stuff that I like. But I know we've actually been testing this, and we're trying to find reliable results, but it's been a little tricky to test Deadeye. So that's honestly one of the reasons why we don't have a video on Deadeye right now. But
to my knowledge, recently Deadeye is only good on late shot contests, like late closeouts. So that could be, it's like kind of, I think it's a specific scenario where it only pops up, as opposed to like mismatch expert just pops up on height difference, which is always going to be there, as opposed to if the guy's already in your face and it's not late contest, Deadeye won't activate. So it's like kind of like a niche badge. And I think probably should only be ran if your build is specifically catered towards shooting and you want to be that sharpshooter, Klay Thompson type of person, spot up.
Basically, get every ounce out of your jump shot, no matter.
Pretty much.
You can't shoot out, like if you are, like you said, if you are that type of shooter with a high enough level, I'm sure you will get a little bit of an edge on those contests. But personally, for me, shooting with a lower 3-ball, I don't really be taking too many risky shots like that. So,
right.
But if you are the smaller guard, you're taking Hall of Fame Blinders every time, I think, in my eyes. So.
I like it. Wonderful answer. You guys really went deep into that. I appreciate it. Learn a lot about Deadeye. See, that's the one reason I love doing these streams, because I honestly learn more about 2K from y'all than I think I have over the past like 3 years. So shout out to you guys for actually giving legitimate answers to this stuff. We got a super chat coming in from our guy Nabooy, who is definitely showing us the love today. We appreciate you, my guy. We'll get your question up on screen. Then I want to start with some funny comments. Then we'll get to the nicest comment of the week, which is my favorite part of these Q&A streams. Nabooy asks, is Blinders worth it on gold? I have a 6'4 play shot, 93 point and 85 mid. What shooting badges is the best to go for? So we'll start with Blinders, guys. Blinders on gold. I would probably say yes, but you guys are the experts here.
So gold, I mean, Blinders, the difference in Blinders on Hall of Fame is just kind of crazy. Gold is still like, it's pretty good, and you're still gonna get those Blinders contests, as you would say. But personally, it's tough to say I would use it on bronze or silver. I think if I was gonna use Blinders, I'm personally using it on gold or higher. If I get it on Hall of Fame, of course it's Hall of Fame. But on gold, I think you're definitely gonna see some results for sure. But you say you have a 95 3-point and an 85 mid, some of the best shooting badges to go for. And again, this is all like play style, but some of the ones you definitely want are Hot Zone Hunter. You're gonna want that as high as it can go. You got Hall of Fame at 96, but so I would put that on gold. We found Hot Zone Hunter on gold is actually probably the optimal level. So honestly, if you can get it to gold, that's like perfect. You're 6'4". Go ahead, Wolf.
Sniper for sure, Hall of Fame.
Guaranteed. I mean, yeah. So you're always gonna want Sniper. You get Sniper on Hall of Fame at 83 points. So obviously that's the first one I even should have mentioned. I'm just going down the list on this badge thing, so I have them in front of me. But yeah, Sniper is great. We ran the results on catch and shoot, and actually, if you're a catch and shooter, you don't want to spend too many points. You already have a high enough 3-ball. Having catch and shoot on silver is going to give you a really good return on that. So definitely catch and shoot on silver if you see yourself shooting a lot of catch and shoots. You could save the other points and do something else with it. Circus 3s are good, right? Like if you're shooting, now that they include dribble pull-ups, if you're shooting those types of shots, Circus 3s could be good. But these are all badges that are going like specifically to your playstyle. But like I said, you're going to want Hot Zone Hunter for sure. You're going to want Sniper. If you can afford Lucky 7 on bronze, do that just for me. Personally, do it for me. And then, Stop and Pop is honestly one of my favorite badges too. But yeah. I don't know how many badges you have, so I'm just trying to give you some of the ones that I think are really good and some of the ones that I think you should always have on. So
one thing too, if Nabooy has to save some badge points, then going from blinders, dropping from gold to silver is not terrible. Like gold is probably like 3 or 4% better than silver. So you need the extra badge point to go to lucky number 7, which is gonna give you like spill set like a huge 15% boost if you get it in that 7-second window. Like that exchange is actually kind of worth it if you drop blinders from gold to silver. Blinders in Hall of Fame is crazy. Like blinders in Hall of Fame
it's
is like
unreal, yeah.
10% plus better than gold. But obviously Nabooy can't get it here. But like that's the big difference for blinders is going from Hall of Fame to gold. But gold to silver not too bad. So if you gotta save some points, drop it to silver on blinders. It'll be okay. It's only like 3-4%.
By the way, this has nothing to do with 2K, but to all the Celtics fans in the chat, the Celtics are up 19 going up against the Magic, which is exactly the amount they were up against the Bulls last game. So brace yourselves is what I'm trying to say.
They always find a way to
Brace
make it
yourselves.
interesting. Up 20, down 20. Celtics
Who the
are
hell
always
knows
finding-
what we're going to get tonight? We might win by 30. We might lose by 10. Who the hell knows?
They always make it interesting, one way or another. Always.
Speaking of some jokes, let's go over to some of the funny comments that we've got over the past couple of videos. We'll start with our first one here. This one coming in from CJS. This is actually from your video, Wolf. A classic. This video is a reminder that 2K hates defense. 2K in the past definitely hated defense. This year, though, I'll give them credit. You can play a little defense this year, right? Well, a little bit, at least.
They tried, but
They tried.
it's still,
They definitely tried.
I'll give them a effort pass. I appreciate the effort, but it still fell quite a bit short, especially post patch that pickpocket nerf.
That was tough.
So now it's just
It's like in middle school when the teacher doesn't give you a grade, they just tell you that you passed the test. Tell you what the number
literally.
is.
Yeah, you got a P for pass and an F for fail.
P
So
for pass. There you go. Thank you, CJS, for your comment. Let's go to a 2K Labs one. This is a classic making fun of Spillboy here, coming from 2K Labs, commenting the power of attempting to weasel views by using Joe's titles. I love this comment. This might be my favorite comment of the week. But again, shout out to Joe Knows. We're big fans of him over here at 2K Labs.
yeah, I don't make up all the titles, so it's always a team effort.
Oh, team effort.
We got team.
That one's my fault. So
Oh, Sam's fault. See, everyone's just trying to cover for Spill. I see right through that big smile. It's okay. We're allowed to emulate the big boys as a big boy ourselves. We can do a little content sharing here and there. I'm sure he uses our content.
Maybe compare the title of 2KLab before I join and then after I join. You can see which ones are probably me.
Sure.
They look like the titles of my own videos.
the album, man.
Channel for my own videos.
Hey, you know what? Not all of us can be ranked twice in the top 75 2K creators of all time. So, we're just honored. We're all dishonored. No, I'm playing. I'm just giving you a hard time. Let's go to our second one here. This one coming in from 2J Magic. I thought this was funny because I think we've all been there. I was watching this while eating. So what am I seeing? Is 38 better than Wade? Look, Mr. Magic, if you are eating and you're so focused on eating that you have to leave a comment about what happened in the video, just go back and rewatch the video when you're not eating.
It's always gonna be there.
Do your ears just stop working if you're trying to chew on something? I don't know. This one got me going.
But yeah, pretty sure the video he's talking about, the jumper comparison. We're not really even comparing to see which one's better. We're just kind of showing you in that video how we test jumpers, the green windows, how they vary on each base, the middle, late, early make percentages and all that. Just basically trying to give you a comparison of how they stack up against each other. Because what we do say on the site, we have all these things, like I said, there's the earliest green, the green window size, early make, average make, all these things. And then we have you basically pick what you want. Like me, sometimes I try to shoot a little slightly early if possible. I'm always trying to shoot perfects, but I'm never trying to shoot lates. So I'm picking for me an early make percentage, high early make percentage jump shot. So, it's always preference on your jump shot and what you're most comfortable with. So a little off topic from the question, but that is kind of the purpose of that video, to show you the different metrics we have to use to measure these jump shots.
I like it. 2K Magic, next time you watch a 2K Labs video, maybe leave the pecan pie on the side and then eat it afterwards if you can't cover what we're saying during the video. Last comment here. This one also coming from 2K Labs. This one is mostly because I think the most comments we get on our videos have to be people asking about current gen. So we finally had a response from the 2K Lab account asking people if they wanted a current gen comparison video. It is our most liked comment in a month. 264 likes to go along with 82 comments. People want the current gen content, man. They want it.
See, they say they want it, and then we drop a video on current gen, and people doesn't seem to want it. So, I mean, it's tough. I know there's a fine line between current and next gen, and you know, it's tough doing a lot of the testing. Luckily for us this year, all the badges were the same. You know, we didn't have to test different badges on each side of, you know, each current or next gen. So that was definitely helpful this year. But, you know, a lot of people have their, I'm sticking with current gen, I'm sticking with next gen, but we're definitely trying to get as much content as we can. Like, we still testing constant current gen jumpers all the time on the site. Always testing next gen jumpers the same way. So, you know, we're trying to find a happy medium, and, you know, eventually people will be on next gen. So I think we're trying to be a little more forward on that push front as well. So,
and here I'll say this much as well: there ain't a lot of people in the world right now putting as much 2K content as 2K Labs, man. Videos every single day. There's a lot of work that goes into those videos. They don't just magically appear. A lot of editing, a lot of time goes into them. So it's hard to cover everything.
A lot of testing, a lot of machinery.
A
Yeah,
lot of machinery. Trust me, guys. The first time that I saw their setup for testing stuff, I was absolutely mind blown. Jacoby XL in the chat gave us a $10 donation. Says, don't know who runs the subreddit, but shout out to one of you guys again for commenting on my highlight mixtape last night. Keep up the great content. Who's on Reddit?
Matt? Yeah. It's probably Matt or Sean, but
it'll be one of us.
I have my own account. It's my NBA 2K Labs Billboy account that I'm on there occasionally. So shout out to my guy Venice too, by the way, with that Carmelo build. That shit super fire. I like that.
A mellow build? So what cool, is it, like a 6'8" power forward with like 99 mid range?
Yeah, he's nice with the he's post fading. He's doing a little, man. It's really fun gameplay to watch for sure. It's definitely.
He's the right gear too. He's got the double armband. It looks so.
Oh really? Cool. That's awesome.
New York Mellow.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
The only way to go.
Next Mellow.
Definitely not Thunder's Mellow, right? Definitely not.
Denver Nuggets was great, but Knicks Mellow is like super iconic for sure.
Breadwinner, how to become a gold member to join and support y'all. You can hit that little join button next to subscribe, but if you want to get like real jump shot info, also go over to 2K Labs website. You can sign up for a subscription. A lot of outstanding info. There ain't a website in the world that has much info about 2K as the 2K Labs website. So definitely check that out if you're looking for a place to drop your money. We do have one, actually here, we'll do the nicest comment of the week, and then we'll get to our friend Orkun's super chat. But our comment here from Xavi, a guy who is in our chat right now. He is a big supporter of 2K Labs. We appreciate his love and support as always. He says, upload's been crazy lately. Way to go, 2K Labs. Just wrote this comment to let you guys know that your work is appreciated, and we see what you guys do for the 2K community. We appreciate your guys' work. We appreciate you, Xavi. You've been a big supporter of ours. You've been in a lot of these streams as well. And I see your comments all the time when I'm looking for comments in these streams. So shout out to you, man. We appreciate the support. All right, let me get Orkun's question up here, and then that might be a good chance to slow just to stop for the day. We'll come back next week with some more questions and definitely some more thumbnails, because I like that idea, Sam. That was a great addition by you.
Still makes great thumbnails. I love looking at them.
Our thumbnails are great. Great beats, great thumbnails. The man's just an elite creative. What can we say?
You know, I like to say, jack of all trades, master of none. You know, I'm not really good. I'm not really great at shit, but you know, I could finagle my way around some stuff.
Hey, you know, now you're gonna have to make a jack of all trades 2K build. Not that I've seen like a good one, but you can try.
You're definitely not wrong. I might have to figure something out. The well-rounded
That question we already asked from JMac. Which one am I looking for here? Here we go. There it is. Orkun asks, does Limitless Range take activate in the same range as Limitless Spot Up Badge or at any range? So basically, where does Limitless Range takeover activate?
Yeah, that's a good question. Of course, the Limitless Spot Up Badge, as said by Mike Wang, is 30 feet. So I have to say, you know, having the Limitless Range takeover is already going to increase your 3-point rating ridiculous. So honestly, you could probably shoot from anywhere with that regardless. And especially, I know some people rock Limitless Range takeover like double. So if you're ever getting double, I don't even think about where you're going to shoot, especially. So yeah, I just think that attribute boost alone, just having that takeover activated, is going to allow you to shoot from wherever you want. So I would say be super confident in those shots with that takeover.
Chuck them suckers is basically what Spill is trying to say.
Put them things up. If you're wide open especially, oh man, shoot that thing, man. Hopefully you got a good base on. That thing's going to go in every time.
I like it. I like it. Well, that's going to be our last chat question of the night. We appreciate everybody hanging around. We answered a good amount of them. Gentlemen, it is 9 o'clock, which means that our second Q&A is coming to an end. Another monster success. I think we answered just about as many questions as you possibly can on a 1 hour span. Any final comments for the people at home?
Nah, man. I definitely have a good time answering these questions. Sometimes I feel like I was talking a little too much on one of the questions, but like sometimes I just keep thinking and I just keep going. So I have a great time with these. So I hope you guys enjoy it as well, for sure. And I appreciate everybody.
The more information, the better. You know, we're just trying to.
For sure.
So I'll be honest, everybody in the chat and everybody in this video has probably listened to a lot of you talking, so listen to you talk more is something we're okay with. That's fine. We've all heard your voice.
You got a point. You got a point.
Sam, anything for the people at home before we go?
Keep an eye out for a lot of defensive badge content coming out this week and the weekend. That's what we're leaning to right now. We also got Wolves Lob build coming because I know a lot of you guys want to see more defensive badges, so that's what we'll be doing. We'll also be trying to stack them and figure out formulas so you guys where like you can maybe stack your defensive badges to go against the offense, who is very good at stacking badges. So we're trying to help you guys out. So defensive badges content all week long. So leave your comments in there, and then next week we'll also answer those comments on stream because we love doing these. So that's it for me.
Yeah, a little defense coming at you. 2KLab's been all defense recently. You got some wolf fields out there. You got a little left right cheese video out there. I like it. Then also this weekend, Wolf and I are gonna sit down with one of the best 2K rebounders on the planet, and he's gonna give you guys the ins and outs of how to set some great screens, how to box out, and how to rebound. So also keep an eye out for that one. I think you guys will enjoy it. But that'll do it for tonight. We'll be back next week again. Shout out to you, Breadwinner. We see you joining as a bronze member. We appreciate you. Thank you for the support. We'll be back next week. Drop all your questions in our upcoming YouTube videos, and there's a chance that I will see them, and then we will respond to them. So I know everybody was putting their questions in the chat. If you have them, save them for the YouTube comments, and we'll see you in there. But for now, see you guys next week. Adios.
Bye.